Piece is massive. They own almost the whole world of One Piece. They also possess the biggest military army, which consists of Cypherpol, the police, and marines, but when we think about it, the most important asset of the world government is Vegapunk, who is said to be the leading scientist in the employment of the marines. He is the creator of a lot of technologies for the marines and is one of the main reasons why the marines are this powerful. However, in the recent chapter, we learned that the world government has decided to eliminate him. But why would they do such a thing? Vegapunk is one of the most important allies they could have gotten. Well, this is the topic of today's video, but before starting, I want to ask you all to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. I hope you all have a great day. Now let's start the video. Well, the very first time that Vegapunk was mentioned was back in November 6th, 2006 in One Piece chapter 433 when Koby talks about Dr. Vegapunk. His work includes discovering the secrets and uses of the Sea Stone, the secrets of how Devil Fruit powers work, the co-discovery of the lineage factor and its applications, and various other scientific achievements that are said to be at least 500 years ahead of current technology. After going to work for the world government, he became famous for his Devil Fruit research and for discovering that the Sea Stone can serve to counteract the effects of Devil Fruits on the user. When Kaido was captured by the Marines, Vegapunk was able to extract a sample of his lineage factor to replicate his Devil Fruit, although the results were noted to be unsatisfactory. The world government wanted him to give the fruit to them, but Vegapunk considered it a failure and refused, leaving it on Punk Hazard. In One Piece chapter 684, we learned that 4 years prior to the current storyline, he was leading chemical weapons tests in his lab on Punk Hazard. His former colleague, Caesar Clown, created an extremely powerful chemical weapon, and when Vegapunk attempted to dismiss Caesar for his reckless behavior, Caesar retaliated by detonating that weapon, turning Punk Hazard into a wasteland. Before the time skip, he focused on developing human weapons called Pacifista, with Bartholomew Kuma as the test subject, and with his research on Kizaru's Devil Fruit powers. He somehow managed to synthesize them and become the only person in the world with the technological prowess to manufacture functional and tangible laser beams that cause damage, which the world government now use in full force and mass production. Prior to the Summit War of Marineford, Vegapunk performed the final operation on Kuma, removing the last of Kuma's free will. However, upon Kuma's request, Vegapunk programmed the mission to protect the Thousand Sunny into Kuma's memory banks. In his youth, Vegapunk was a generous person who cared very much for the inhabitants of his island, willing to help them with his inventions. He is considered the island's pride and joy, and the residents are still hoping for his return. Unlike his former fellow scientist Caesar Clown, Vegapunk was far more moral about what he would do in pursuit of achievements. He refused to involve children in the gigantification process despite repeated failures. He also vetoed the creation or release of the H2S poison gas weapon for fear of it harming innocent people. The world government operates secretly, and its authority is shrouded in secrecy. With the exception of the Gorosei and a select few others, no one even knows that Im, the world's hidden monarch, even exists. The fact that the CP0 has been ordered to execute all 6 Vegapunks on Egghead suggests that Vegapunk has learned something that his attackers don't want him to know. Im-sama eliminates the rebel Leloucha kingdom in chapter 1060 with a single power blast. The other 2 CP0 operatives working on the Vegapunk eradication mission, Stuzzy and Kaku, warn Luki not to question the orders or try to infer anything on his own because he is an intuitive man. Uranus was the first thing we thought of when Im destroyed Leloucha. Of course, it appears that Im is in possession of the third ancient weapon, Uranus, a sky-based weapon of mass devastation that gave him the ability to wipe out an entire island with a single strike. It appears from chapter 1062 and the reference to Vegapunk knowing too much that Vegapunk is somehow involved with the weapon Im used to destroy Leloucha in addition to knowing the existence of Im-sama. Rob Luki's suspicious comment about Vegapunk's elimination mission possibly connected to Leloucha Kingdom's disappearance makes me think that he is somehow involved in that. The island of Vegapunk is a fantasy world. It features enormous talking robots, mechanical sea creatures, light holograms you can physically interact with, an island-wide air conditioner that can change the climate of the winter island to a tropical one, and light holograms you can see with your eyes. The former warlord Kuma, who was later revealed to be Bonnie's father, was transformed into a cyborg known as PX-0 by Vegapunk, who also created the world government pacifistas, or human weapons. The technology of Vegapunk is basically limitless. It's not unreasonable to suppose that he was given instructions to create a super weapon for Im. However, I believe that weapon was Uranus itself and not some new device. Uranus may have been altered by Vegapunk, or perhaps copied. Cyborgs, robots, and automated devices are produced by Vegapunk. He has experience with gene splicing, cloning, and dividing his mind between 6 distinct bodies. It's possible that the real Uranus was altered so so that Im could utilize it and that it has some sentience similar to artificial intelligence. The government has kept a lot of information hidden, including information on the Void Century, the God Valley event, the O'Hara slaughter, and the D-Clan. Vegapunk could have discovered one of these secrets. Due to the fact that Vegapunk has discovered the truth about the Devil Fruit's past, the world government may possibly be pursuing him. After Wano, they most likely came to the conclusion that Vegapunk may have lied to them over the failure of making artificial Devil Fruits. The artificial Devil Fruits that Momonosuke currently possesses, as stated by Vegapunk in Punk Hazard, was a failure, but it is far from the truth as we observed from the last arc. Momo was able to do all of Kaido's Devil Fruit abilities because of it. Now, the world government wants him dead so he can't develop any more Devil Fruits or impart his knowledge to others. Nobody knows more than Vegapunk, and knowledge truly is power. We are aware that the world government is enamored with preserving the status quo and enjoys eliminating anyone who upsets it. Given all we know about him and what we've seen of his talents, Vegapunk does appear to pose a serious danger to the world government's consolidation of power. When the Marines hired Vegapunk, he learned of the Sea Stone's technology and its capacity to act as the Devil Fruit's abilities' kryptonite. The Marines have been able to combat and stay up with the pirates and the revolutionaries because of his studies into Devil Fruits, the lineage factor, gigantification, and weapons. Seraphims, the enhanced pacifista troops created by Vegapunk, had Lunarian qualities incorporated into them and resembled young warlords of the sea. These Seraphim models are powerful enough to contend with crews from Yonko. Maybe they don't need him anymore with these murdering machines. Maybe the world government believes that he should go now that he has fulfilled his purpose. He's a scientist. His research never ends. His work is timeless. Killing Vegapunk because he's already given them enough isn't really logical, because for all they know, Vegapunk's next creation could be 10 times better and more useful to them than the last. With everything we've seen so far about Vegapunk's history and the recent developments in Chapter 1062, it looks like Vegapunk is a good guy after all. With the world government wanting to assassinate him, there's a good chance Vegapunk will side with Luffy and the Straw Hats. If that happened, the Straw Hats fleet would definitely become the strongest pirate crews in the world. Vegapunk was one of the main reasons why the world government was in top position when it comes to power and influence, and if such a guy sided with Luffy, his alliance's power will increase exponentially. Anyway, I guess this is all for today. What do you think about Vegapunk? What will happen to him, and why did the world government decide to eliminate him? Let me know in the comments, like this video, and subscribe to the channel for more. Black Leg Vince Smoke out. Bye.